beautiful viewers, and thank you for joining this episode of the GTUCCU program, where members share their experience and the benefits they've enjoyed from GTUCCU. Joining me on today's episode is Mr. Yaya Fall. Mr. Fall has been with GTUCCU since 1998, and he is a proud beneficiary of our products and services. And our today's discussion will be centered on that. But before we start, let's welcome him to the show. Mr. Fall,
yes.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming here to meet me this afternoon.
It's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
So, can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, like you said, I am Mr. Yahya Fall, a native of Bansang. Of course, went to school in Bansang and finished the college in 1995. From 1998 up to date, I've been a member of the Gambia Teachers Union Cooperative Credit Union. So all I can say is I've been a very big beneficiary of this great institution. Yeah.
All right, so tell us, how did you join the GTUCCU?
Yeah, this could be one of the most interesting episodes that you might have covered. Yeah. From 1993 to 1995, I was at the college doing my PTC program. So during the course of 1994, on 2 occasions, I was going on teaching practice at Kabafita Lower Basic, where our Honorable Minister, you all know, Mr. Juf, Honorable Juf, who happened to be one of the pillars of this great institution, was a senior master in that school at the time. And as also the Deputy General Secretary, the current Deputy General Secretary of the Gambia Teachers Union, was also part of that institution, that's Kabafita Lower Basic. So it was around the same time that the Gambia Teachers Union Cooperative Credit Union was being, pioneered. So I was a young teacher on teaching practice on 2 occasions, from January to March 1994, then from June to July, in the same institution where I met these great people. And of course, I believe that was the time when, the GTUCCU was being conceived. So I can say, right from the beginning, I was one of those teachers who were privileged as a young teacher to see how the union was, the cooperative credit union was, evolving into what it is today.
So now tell us about the benefits that you've enjoyed from GTUCCU.
Yeah, I cannot just overemphasize the amount of benefit that I have already accrued from this great institution. One thing interesting that I want to just put across for the viewers to understand this and to take it as an advantage. In 1999, 98-99, when the benchmark for the monthly subscription was $30, out of a mistake, my monthly contribution was moved to $50.
Instead of
30. And these young teachers, I was like nagging, I don't know why my money moved to 30. Then I had a very good headmaster in the pardon of Mr. Baji. He said, Fab, allow this $50 to hold. Because it's just going to beef up your saving. And he asked me, since this thing started, this $50 instead of the 30, have you seen any negativity in it? I said, no. Then they maintain it. From there, I started increasing my savings here and there. And of course, since then, I've reaped a lot of benefits. I want to first recall the first benefit that I got from the Gambia Teachers Union Cooperative Credit Union. There were days when we had these telecenters. Telecenters were very common in the Gambia. That was before the advent of the smartphones. So I had the opportunity to buy a telecenter in Bansang from one of our family members. And I had to rush to GTUCCU and got that funding and bought this telecenter. And that telecenter happened to be the beginning of great things that I was able to amass during the course of this period. Sometime around 2008, when I finished the university, working under the current president of the Gambia Teachers Union, Ismaila, I had an opportunity also to buy a plot of land in the middle of Banza, my hometown. So when I had the opportunity, I had a discussion with him and couple with other people, and they told me, look, this is a very good opportunity. Go to Gambia Teachers Union, try to get a loan, and get this land to be yours. So that's what I did. And look, it was a very quick process, and I bought the land. And that land is still in Banza. I remember that happened before I, in fact, became a principal. That was the first landed property that I got. I also like you said, I also bought another land that I built right now where my family is living. I also got it through Gambia Teachers Union. Because the first allowance that I got as a graduate teacher, when I just finished for the University of Gambia, was pumped into my account. So when this opportunity arose, I went and got a very good loan and bought this land. That's why I've built my house today. And this house was built across a period of time. You know what they call lento? Yeah. When it was a lento, and my wife started telling me, look, I think it's high time we get into that house. So, sometimes wives can, when they have that, vision. Yeah. So then I contacted Mr. Juf. I said, Mr. Juf, I think I need a loan to finish my house so that I can get in. By 2017, I should be there. He said, okay, you try to raise a loan. And that loan was what finished the house. I was able to finish it, did the roofing, the ceilings, the tiles, everything. So that's why, in fact, I wanted to see the house, but unfortunately, there was nobody there at this point. So that house is complete. That's why I have my family. That's where my children grew. I have some at the university today. We all grew. They all grew in that house. In that house. Yeah, they are all brought up in that house.
So having a house of your own in this economy, we all know it's not that easy, and you were able to do that. So how has it impacted your life?
It has impacted it massively. Like I would tell my teachers here, the young teachers, all you have to do, you have to be saving. If you don't have a good saving, it will be very difficult for you to raise a loan that will be able to build a house. In this time and age, to have a land is one thing, but to be able to build, solid buildings there
is another thing.
It's another thing. Yeah. So it was like when I realized that, look, it's high time that I start having my house where I have to live with my family. So all I did was I started, beefing up my savings, putting on more money in my account. And as a result, when I needed that loan in 2017, it was very easy for me. So I was able to get it and finish this house. So that's why it's good to be saving instead of all the time withdrawing. Yeah, the GTUCCU is a very solid platform where one can lean
on.
Believe me, since I started receiving my salary from the mainstream bank, this banking system, I have never applied for a loan in any of these banks that I've been banking with since the time of the Continent Bank, up to date. All my savings are with Gambia Teachers Cooperative Credit Union. And anytime I want to take a loan, I would go to them. You know what they call in their buy. This is where we can lean on and solve our problems and wipe our tears. So I advise everybody, the moment you qualify from the college, the first thing you have to do, like I would tell my teachers, is try to get your saving account. Try to be part of it. Try to be part of the G2 and the GTUCCU, and you beef up your account. In fact, in my school year, I've seen it's evident everywhere. Anytime I call my young teacher, and them, how are you going about your GTUCCU account? They are, Prince, my double shift is where I put it in. Teachers that I know in the hardship, they tell me, look, Master, all our hardship monies are pumped into our account. So I just advise them, please, let us make sure that we hold on to the GTUCCU, we own it, it's here for us. And let's stop the nagging too much. Whenever we have issues that, it's of confusion, we don't understand, we have our tellers here. We have our branches all over. You can ask.
And we will take them through.
Exactly. And going through some of this, you just go and ask politely. And yes, it belongs to all of us. So they would just put you through and explain matters to you. Maybe clear doubt and here and there. So definitely, I cannot overemphasize my happiness for being a member of this great institution. One of the main advices that I give them is like, whenever I have my staff meeting, or we have a congregation of teachers, whether Gambia Teachers Union, Bantabas or whatever, whenever I mount the platform to give a speech or whatever, the fourth thing I would tell the young teachers is you have to save. In the event where you are not a member, try to be a member as soon as possible. And keep on saving. The Gambia Teachers Union belong to us. I can remember in those days when salaries were paid behind the counter, people used to be in long queues. Suffering the whole day just to get your salary. I can remember an occasion in Kayaf when we were asked to wait for the paymaster for our 1/6. We were literally like, we were down to 3 o'clock in the morning. But today, with the help of Gambia Teachers and Cooperative Credit Union, this is all about in the past. So I advise teachers to open accounts, make sure they increase their savings, and especially these this pension scheme.
Savings scheme.
I always emphasize it to them.
Yeah.
What I would tell them, like, good, now you have another 35 years to go, or 40 years to go before you
retire.
Calculate that the amount of money that you save every month by 12 by the number of years.
Yeah.
How much you would have got.
That's a huge amount.
And look at how the dollar is depreciating. So you need to increase your savings. Make sure whatever service comes to the Gambia Teachers Union, maximize it, capitalize on it. Once or twice I tried to access loans to some of these banks where I was and still banking. If you look at the protocols, and each of these protocols attach some economic, expenses. So sometimes by the time I read the tail end of the transaction, I'll drop it. Because I'm already being spoiled by the Gambia Teachers and Cooperative Credit Union. Where I'll just go to the counter and start. Let me give an example. When I bought my car the last time, I went to the headquarters. I think I met Cham. I said, Cham, me, I'm a senior citizen. I was, that I crack a joke. I need money. I've seen a vehicle somewhere. All they told me is go and bring your invoice.
And you have it on that day.
On that day, I bought my car. I wish I just sold it this day. If not, you would have taken it there.
Yeah.
So you see, when it comes to the access, it's easier.
Yeah.
To access loans at GTUCCU. And look at the formalities. The formalities and the profits attached. How do you call it again?
The interest.
The interest, like you call it. It's much cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's much cheaper. So let's try to capitalize on this opportunity. Let's move away from other institutions that are full of bureaucracies, economic exploitations, and come back home. That's my advice.
That's your advice. Thank you so much. You had him right. If you have not joined GTUCCU yet, this is a sign and a call for you to join the Gambia's biggest and happiest family. Mr. Fall, thank you so much for hosting us. Until we come to your way next time. Bye, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you very much, Fatma.